Okay, today I am doing cardboard aided design to figure out a fuel cell for this bike. And first I'll tell you why I want a fuel cell, and then I'll tell you what I'm thinking of building. I've gotten 80.3 all the way down to 38.3 miles per gallon. So I don't know if I can go 538 miles on a tank or 257 miles on a tank. And I should say that is the distance with the 2-gallon Rotopacks. But still, crazy swing in gas mileage depending on weather and how I'm riding. I would rather have a full tank of gas right away in the morning, ride all day, and then fill up again. Or if I'm riding really far, fill up once during the day. One time, one fill up. That way I can stop at scenic overlooks, at parks, wherever I feel like it. I don't have to navigate to a town to get gas and then use that as my brake if I want to make good time. So I want at least 2 gallons, because that'll do like 2.2 gallons if I fill it to the brim. But the problem with Rotopacks is you get gas everywhere. They've got these stupid eco spring-loaded valve spouts because you can't use the water spout trick anymore, where you could buy a water spout from them and it worked like an old school gas nozzle. The government must have said, hey, we know you're making this workaround, knock it off. So you can't use it on the Gen 2s anymore. So instead of stopping and getting gas all over myself and the bike, fuel cell, flip a valve, gravity feeds into the main tank. So using a very precise measuring tool. So, once I get down to about half a tank, flip the valve. Gravity will push the gas through a hose up into a hole in the bottom of the tank that I'm going to have to drill and plumb. But I've gone through 8 or 9 boxes, and these are the last 2. I can't decide between the styles. So with this style, I would obviously remove this. With this style, I can put a sleeping bag or whatever luggage I have on the back, and I'll probably just build a little plate to put on here. This holds just shy of 3 gallons. I would put the fill neck here. It's about 6 pounds per gallon for weight, so it's not much. And actually, that Rotopack sticks out to about here, so it's way out back. But yeah, like I said, like sleeping bag or whatever on the back. And I do plan on going camping with this bike, so I'm going to need to bring that stuff with me. So with this style, this holds a little bit less gas, but still more than the Rotopacks. And these sizes aren't 100% final. I might change this to 4 inches high just to make the cut sheets a little easier or a little better laid out. With this one, what I would do is put stuff on top of it. So if I had, an X-shaped baffle, I would just extend it out past the corner and then drill a hole in it so I've got eyelets on each corner I can tie stuff down, like my sleeping bag on top of it. And it is right in line with the back of the bike. It's not sticking way out. Lower profile, lower center of gravity. But that's my dilemma. Do I do that or do I do this? And if I did this one, I'd just cut this luggage rack off right here and just not have the back end. Which one do you think is better? How would you do it? Or would you do something completely different? And I will say, I've had gravity feed on other bikes, worked fine. I did have like a saddlebag mounted one on my CRF 250L, but I had all the emissions stuff deleted off of that bike. I am not doing that with this bike. I can do it. I know how to do it. It's just I don't want to, because this bike's got a catalytic converter in the head pipe. I don't want to buy a whole new exhaust for it. It's easier if I just leave it in place and functional. It's cleaner that way. But I don't want to waste saddlebag luggage space on a fuel cell. This isn't going to pull enough of a vacuum to pull fuel in like that CRF system did. I don't want to put pumps on this or solenoids or any of that. I don't want to put anything over top of the exhaust, and this space in here, I did think about building some pods to put inside of here, but again, I don't want to put in a lift pump. A Rotopacks won't fit back there or anything like that. I'm trying to avoid that anyway, but those are other ideas I had. And the last idea I had that I'm not going to do is expanding the factory tank. Yeah, I could take this front plastic and chop it up and move it out, whatever. I have to have my knees here. I don't want to be riding like Yosemite Sam down the road, so I don't want to expand it there. I don't want to expand it upward because these handlebars already, you know, touch the bag a little bit when I'm at full lock. And if this gets any higher, it's going to make that even harder to see. I don't want to make that any taller, because one method people use is you cut the top of the tank out and raise it, and you just put plates around it to expand it. I don't want to do that. The front end, there's really nowhere to put gas. I did think about maybe having like the armored pods like a KTM does, but again, I don't want to have to use lift pumps. I don't want gas exposed in front of the engine right next to the exhaust like that either. So probably something on the back. Let me know what you guys think.